In this lecture, we are going to perform more and more tasks with ChatterRest API. A quick recap of the previous lecture that we did is let's quickly see what we did is we created a chatter post with mention, we created a chatter post without mention, and then we tried to see how we can prepare a message for creating a post with the help of HTML markup, how we can follow a user, a record, or a group, and then how we can get all these details, the following details. This is what we did in previous lecture. Now what we are going to do in this lecture is how we can like a chatter post, because sometimes we wanted to give the ability to the users they can like the chatter post, or we can also indicate that the post which has most like, that means that is very helpful for the various users, for the multiple users, and then they try to they tried that solution or that comment as a best possible solution for the questions, if that is for the question. Or we can also say that if they like the chatter post, they can just simply go ahead and like the chatter. That is what we are going to do here. And then we will see how we can reply to a chatter, that because if we have a chatter, if we did a mention to someone else and that person is replying on the same chatter post, how we can do that, we are also going to see that. And then we will see how we can send a message to the user or a group of users, basically that we are going to see. And then we will see how we can reply to that private message, and at the end we are going to see how we can create a chatter group, and how we can join that chatter group. So this is all 5 plus 1, including join the chatter group. That is what we are going to implement over here. So let's quickly start that. So this is again a workbench. We are going to use workbench in this lecture, and in the next lecture we will actually implement with FS class. So I'm just trying to log in into workbench, and after workbench I got here, this is the URL. Let me quickly just get back to the chatter, which is our minimal URL. Now we are here. The first thing is that we wanted to like a particular chatter post. So for that, let's quickly go to contact record, because we wanted to see which chatter post we wanted to like. Okay, so as you can see that all three chatter posts haven't any like. Now let's first quickly get the chatter post. So we will say this is the URL for getting the chatter post. I'm just going to get that URL, and in the element I'm going to get any of these. Why I'm doing this? Because I need the ID for that, for the chatter post like this. So what I'm going to do is I have this URL. This is the URL. You can also get the same URL in the, sorry, not this, this is the URL, API documentation that we have talked about, and I just pasted it over here. Now what I'll do is I'll just copy this ID, the ID we need for the chatter post. So here, this is the ID. Let me again quickly give it a room. So now you can see this is the version information again. This is the resource, and in the resource what we are saying is that go to the feed element inside chatter and find the element with the ID of this, and what we want to have is we want to have the capability to like. If you wanted to comment, we'll just have a comment next to this URL, right? Now let's quickly copy this, post it over here, and try to send a blank body. We don't need to send anything else, just send a blank body and click on execute. Now we got this like the item. We got, this is the item that we liked, this is the URL. Okay, and which user has liked this? This is the user. Now why we are using post instead of get? Because post is something we wanted to get. We wanted to post a like to a particular feed element. We don't want to get a like, right? We want to get, we want to post a like to a feed element. If we refresh this, we'll get that this feed element has been liked, and we can see you liked this. Earlier we were not able to see that. So that's how you do a like for any particular post. And now let's quickly talk about how we can post a feed, how we can reply to a feed. Again, if you see, right, the URL of these two, instead of this items, now it is saying that items, and what it is saying that capabilities is comments instead of chatter likes. I'm just going to show you over here. You can see it is saying that chatter likes, right? Now I'm just going to replace it to comments. Now what I want is I want to post a comment, and what comment I want to post, I'll just quickly show you. This is the URL we just prepared. Now this is a simple body where I have some mention. If you don't have mention, you can just remove the mention. I'm just going to remove this first, the mention which is at the top, and copy this, paste it over here. Because we wanted to post, again the method is going to post. So we just execute it, and if we get back and refresh this page, we will be able to see the reply to that particular thread. Again, if you wanted to do more reply, you can just start hitting execute as many times you want. The content will be different, or if you want you have the same content, again it is not going to complain you saying that it is a same content, but most of the time this content is going to same. And now this is how you can get all those. That's how you post a particular reply to a particular thread. Now if you wanted to get this thread, you might need to get the ID of this thread, and you can just reply to that. But you cannot reply to this. Why? Because this is a child thread. You can only reply to a parent thread. That is also the main thing, or the key point that you need to remember. Next, what we have is send a message. How we can send a message? Again, we need to find a URL for that. This is a very basic URL where you wanted to send a message. I'm just going to, this is a very basic URL. Again, I'm saying chatter, users, me, and message. You might wanted to, again, the question is how to get all these, the URLs. So you just need to go to this chat REST API endpoint, open the very first link. A similar thing we did, go to the examples, and under these examples you will see everything. You wanted to send a message, you wanted to share a feed item, like a feed item, edit a comment, existing comment you wanted to edit, create a group, join a group. Again, you might wanted to see some sort of message as well, request to join a private group. So here you can see, right, send a direct message. This is what we are going here. We got chatter feed elements. This is what we wanted to send a message. This is one thing. This is also, you can see here, right, you have got all these bodies, you have got capabilities. So there are two ways. This is the first, and I'm using the other way. You can use any of this. Now here what I'm doing is I'm saying that I wanted to send a message. Again, it is asking me which user you wanted to send a message. Okay, you cannot send a message to yourself, so you have to select some users, and this is an array of users. You can have multiple users to whom you wanted to send the message. This might be the recipients, multiple recipients. Now I wanted to send this to Udemy integration. Okay, let me copy this, and I'm just going to say this is the message I wanted to send, and just execute. I got invalid field ID, and this is okay. I think this is invalid 0f. This is a group. I need to send to, sorry, I need to send to this user, not group. And now I got this body, right? I can send multiple messages so that I can show you. So now I got this message, right? Now if you see here in the URL, we are using me. Me means the logged in user, because I wanted to send a message. No one is going to send a message on behalf of me. Now you need to do the same thing. You need to just do the same similar body by login as a different user, and as soon as you will reply to this user, as soon as you say that this is the user I wanted to send, that is automatically going to add you as a reply. Okay, I can show you, like Udemy integration is receiving the message. I have this integration user. I can go ahead and log in. I will go to chatter post, and in under this messages you can see here, I can see, and I will show you, right, these are the multiple messages today, 147, 147, 147. So all these messages, and I have more messages as well. So I can see if I reply over here, hey, I just replied from here. Now let me log out from this. And now if I go back to my chatter, I can see there is a message called hey. Now which is appending over here. Again, I go ahead and execute this. It is again going to send the same message over here, and I will see. Let's quickly refresh this. Sorry, this is something else. I need to go to message. You can see here, I already replied. So that is how it does work. So to reply back, again you need to use the same. That is one thing. And now next thing is that we have to see how we can create a chatter group, and then how we can join a chatter group. So we know that. Let's quickly first create a chatter group over here. So to create a chatter group, again go to groups, click on new group, and you can see here you have got group name, who is the owner, description, and then don't archive or archive. If there is no comment, that means your chatter group is inactive for more than 90 days. It is going to put into the archive. And then you can see you have got public, private, and broadcast only. These are the three options that you have. Now while creating, you can have public, private, or broadcast only. So what we'll do is we will try to create a user group over here. So this is Very simple URL that we have. We can just go to this URL again, chatter and groups. What we wanted to create a group instead of getting. If you go get and execute it, you will get the groups. If you wanted to post, go ahead and post it. What body we wanted to send is very simple body here. I'm sending, instead of chatter API, I'm sending chatter REST API. It is public as access is a visibility, right? Now if we go here and go to create a group, if you go to create a group and you say here group input, because we wanted to see the visibility, right? Visibility is public access, and multiple things we can say can have chatter guest users, description, information is archived, name, who is owner ID, what is the visibility. And I wanted to show you the visibility things. I can have private access, public access, and unlisted. I can see here it is a private access. Okay, I can go and just go ahead, execute this. I just created a group which is private. If we go back, click on chatter, go ahead, groups, sorry, not public, groups. Okay, now if we create a group here and we say it's a public access, let's go ahead and copy this, execute this. It is saying that duplicate value. The group is already API existed, sorry, chatter REST API public. Execute this. Now we have created another group. Let's go ahead and say here, and we say chatter. Okay, sorry, earlier the private is also here because I created. We just need to do is we just need to search, and then we got this public. Okay, we have got private and public as well. You can see it is a private, it is a public. And public user can go ahead and join. For the private, they have to request a membership. They cannot directly go and join that group. You might have also noticed, if you have tried to join any group in your either I can say Salesforce, you might have seen there are request to join button, and you can just click on request to join, and then they send an email to the admin, and then admin approves your request. That is how it does look like. Now let's first join to a public group. Okay, this is a public group. What we'll do is we'll quickly go ahead and get the URL. This is the URL. Now we just need to paste the URL over here. It is saying that group ID. Group ID is the ID of our group. This is our group. There is no members. I think if we go here, there is only one member. Okay, I can say here members, right? This is the group ID and say members. We wanted to add members. We go ahead. We'll send a body over here. User ID. This is the ID that I need to add for that. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead in a different browser. I'll find my user, which is again a Udemy integration user, and I will add that as a member because I am already a member. So this has been added to the group, and if we get back and refresh this, under the member section we will see that we have got this